Hey everyone, Britt and Chris Carmichael here, bringing you the Elevated Life series where we teach you simple mindset shifts to create radical transformation in your life. And if any of you have a weight loss or a health goal for 2019, then you definitely want to stay tuned for this video because we're going to be sharing 4 common myths that stop you from achieving your weight loss goals. And I've brought Chris Carmichael into the Shine Tribe Sisterhood here for the Elevated Life series. Just like I shared with you guys before, I'll be showing up religiously here in Shine Tribe. So if you're looking for more inspiration and motivation, look no further. You're here in the Shine Tribe and we're here to support you.
Yeah, everyone, for the most part that I've talked to coming into this year, has said, hey, what are you trying to do this year? What are your resolutions? What have you been thinking about? What are goals that you've been putting off? That you've really said, hey, I want to do this. And so many people have told us, weight loss. I really want to lose weight. I tried last year, that one didn't work. Tried the year before, that one didn't work. And suddenly you get to a spot where you say, hey, maybe this is the year where I want to push that forward. And, you know, we were there. I mean, if you guys don't know, Britt and I were, 170 pounds heavier at one point. I was 274 pounds. So at one point, I was a much bigger guy. And what I realized is that I really wanted to prioritize my health. It took quite a bit. It took several people that I knew having heart attacks, several people that I knew really having horrible health situations happen to them for me to wake up and say, oh my gosh, I really got to get control over this. I've really got to decide that this is really important for me because you know, one thing that's true is that what's with you your whole life is you. The body that you have, you're going to keep. It's not like you swap it out every 6 years. You're going to keep this body. And so it's so important to start to nourish it and figure out how it runs and how it works so you can live at its fullest.
And just like Chris said, together we've lost over 175 pounds and we've kept it off for the last decade. So we know a thing or two when it comes to weight loss and really shifting your lifestyle to match what your goals are for your health, right? So I want to know, where do you struggle with your health? Where's your biggest struggle? Is it choosing the right foods? Is it eating too much of those foods? Is it not working out? Like, where do you struggle when it comes to your weight loss or just your physical health? Maybe you're not trying to lose weight or maybe you're trying to gain weight. Where do you struggle when it comes to your health?
Yeah, and once you decide what it is that's really holding you back, it's so much easier to move forward because you can design a plan around what is the holdback, what's the obstacle. And so you know going into a new plan where you say, ooh, if I can avoid these things, if I can avoid these mistakes that I've been redoing each time and refailing the same way each time, you can cut it off way before it ever happens.
All right, are you guys ready to dive into the 4 common myths that stop you from achieving your weight loss goals? The first one makes me smile. Number 1, carbs are bad. So many of us have been taught by, I don't know, the Atkins diet and culture and all these marketing companies that carbs are bad. But the truth is, carbs are an energy source. And when we know how to use them correctly, they benefit us so greatly and actually fill us up so that we're not starving in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things. You know, so many people start diets and they realize, oh my God, I'm hungry. Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. I have no energy. I'm hungry and I have no energy are the 2 complaints that I always hear people say when they're first trying to lose weight. And what you realize is that carbs aren't bad. Carbs are that sorts of fuel. And when you start dipping out on them, we start trying to get into that like 30-gram range, especially if you're doing keto or anything like that. What ends up happening is your body can't move as well. You become really lethargic. And it takes a while for you to drop into ketosis states. The way we eat right now, I am currently eating 470 grams of carbs a day.
And I eat 222 carbs. Isn't it great that it's an angel number 2?
Yes.
And it's the right number for me and my goals with my weight loss journey.
Yeah, and so to think that there's so many people out there depriving themselves of so many rich nutrients, so many great grains, so many fruits. I know I did this for years. I cut fruits out of my diet, and fruits are so wonderful for you. There's so many micronutrients, there's so many things that your body needs and can get from the fruit. And switching away from the carbs are bad mentality has really revolutionized what we've been doing.
So let's really just quick, before we dive into the second myth, to share with them like how many diets we've tried over the last decade. We've been keto, we've been paleo, we've done Atkins, I've done Nutrisystem, we've done it all. We've tried it all. And the truth is, they all work for a short period of time. And then you fall into this new routine of this doesn't work for me anymore, this is hard to maintain, and it's not a sustainable way of living. That's why we ditch the diets. Literally, the word die is in it. I mean, hello, is that not a sign? And we're going to teach you how to cultivate a lifestyle around making those changes so that they're sustainable in your life.
Yeah, so the second big myth that gets perpetuated is that you have to do cardio. If you go into the gym on January 2nd, you will see every single person sitting on a cardio machine. And we think that if we slave to the cardio machine, if we hop on the treadmill and just wear ourselves out until we're blue in the face, you see all those people just pounding it constantly, and nothing really happens. I always tell Britt, you see the heaviest people in the gym working out on the cardio machines, but you notice that the people who are truly in shape are the ones who are using weights and stuff like that. And it's because cardio doesn't build muscle. I mean, it's great for heart health, and if you're looking just for a healthy way of living, cardio is fantastic, but the big deal is most people hate it. And so you get up there for 30 minutes, you're not running outside, you're not getting fresh air, it's stale, and suddenly you feel like, what am I doing with myself? Like, how am I gonna sit in here? And it feels like punishment. So many of us punish ourselves in order to get in shape, and the cardio just doesn't check out. As a matter of fact, I don't even do any cardio. I mean, we've lost weight in all of the methods that we've done
Never once did cardio.
Really doing cardio. Again,
the most we ever did was walk.
Yeah, which is
the fastest we ever moved.
Plenty. If you're using weights and stuff the right way, or yoga or calisthenics or anything like that, the intensity level and the higher heart rate's already built in. So there's no reason to feel like you have to slave away and do all these things that you don't want to do just in order to lose a few pounds.
I want to know, are any of you who are watching someone who struggles with carbs? They're afraid of carbs, or they have to torture themselves and punish themselves with cardio. Do you identify with either two of these myths? The third myth is really going to piss off a lot of marketing companies, because the third myth is that you don't need supplements to lose weight. You don't need fat loss pills. You don't need this new shake. You don't need this multi-level marketing packet of vitamins and this and that. It's all bullshit to make the money. And if you don't realize that yet, and if you still think you need this magic pill or this special wrap or whatever it may be, then they have fooled you. So the third myth is that you don't need supplements to lose weight. All you need is a clear plan on what foods actually provide you with the energy that you need and sustain you long enough so that you're not overeating too many calories. Because the truth is, if you want to lose weight, it's about reducing the amount of calories that you bring in. You could probably eat a whole thing of Snickers, the whole day, as long as you're under your certain calories, you'll still lose weight. So you can do it in an unhealthy way. It's really about not overeating and being too excessive. And I really learned that in Bali.
Yeah.
They don't overeat. Their portions aren't huge, and they all are healthy, and they all are not, there's not one fat person in Bali.
It's true.
Because they don't have the money to afford an excess amount of food. They're grateful for what they do reap from the earth, and they're eating whole foods. They're not getting processed foods from McDonald's. They're waiting for the freaking bananas and coconuts to ripen, and that's what they're eating from earth, what Mother Nature provides. Typically,
the only supplements that you'll ever need are B12 and vitamin D, and that's for almost everybody. Other than that, you don't need hydroxycut or Zinedrin or any of those kind of fancy supplements.
Phentermine.
Yeah, you don't want to. A lot of those supplements will destroy your nervous system after time. It'll crank up your metabolism, but in such a way that's not sustainable. So what you really want to be able to do is figure out what whole foods you need, what sustains you, everything you can get from whole foods. So all the vitamins, all the nutrients, all the minerals, all the stuff that you need is already packed in there. You don't need to reach for the truth about dieting and things like that is that all of the resources you already have. You can already move, you can already eat the right stuff. You don't need to look outside for some sort of scientific supplement, something they've packaged into something. It's just not going to help you long term. If you're going to use that, like if you had a photo shoot to get ready for, if you're like, oh my gosh, gotta get ready for my wedding, I only have this amount of weeks. Sure, supplements might help you a lot, but they're only short-term things, and it's not sustainable. It's not something that you want to keep doing forever and ever. Your body already knows how to regulate itself. It's just letting those regulation mechanisms and understanding how they work and how to use them.
Yeah, Nicole says the healthiest she ever was when she lived in Africa because they ate the same way, just straight from the earth.
Yeah.
And that's something that I didn't know until I started traveling and going around other cultures and being in different countries that don't have the same access to Little Debbie's and Totino's Pizza like we do. And I quickly realized, I mean, when I was in Bali, I lost like 5 or 6 pounds within naturally less than 2 weeks. And it's because I wasn't overeating. There was no chips. There was no processed food to sneak in. That's the problem with these crappy foods. They just sneak into our diet and they don't provide anything other than satisfaction for like 2 seconds, right? So we have to start looking at a more sustainable way to eat so that we actually feel full and feel energized and we don't feel like we're depriving ourselves. I know that when I did every diet under the sun back in the day, I constantly would scroll through Pinterest and feel like I can't eat anything. This sucks. My life sucks. And if you're approaching your health in that manner, you're going to quickly burn out and you're not going to see the results that you're looking for. So let us guide you through this process and share this last myth. And that myth is that diets don't work.
Yeah. The deal about diets is that you have to turn everything into a lifestyle. So many people use cheat meals and things like that in order to help them lose weight so they can have that food that they haven't been eating. The problem is that all week long, all you've done is look forward to your food. And suddenly you're at a place where you're rewarding yourself with the exact same behavior that you're trying to avoid. And when we do that, obviously in the long term, what we're going to be looking at is going back to that behavior. I mean, it's like, I'm going to be good in my marriage for 6 days a week. Then on the 7th day, I'm going to cheat. And then I'm going to think that my marriage is going to be sustainable. So what you have to do instead of diet is lifestyle it. That's why we've been able to keep it off for so long. It's not because we perpetually diet. I mean, that's silly. All we've done is figure out a specific method that works very long term. Keeps our health in order, never feel hungry, we can move just fine, we sleep just fine. All of those things line up and all those things, add together to have a really great, healthy lifestyle, not a diet. Remember, diet's only short-term temporary, which if you have a short-term temporary thing, they're perfect. But the second that you get away from that, you have to move to something that is sustainable.
Yeah, if you're trying to be a fitness model or lose 10 pounds for your wedding dress, then sure, that diet might be the thing that you need for just a short period of time. But here's the thing, guys. Food is something we can't avoid throughout our whole lifetime. It's something that we're going to do every day, multiple times a day. So don't you think you deserve to educate yourself on how to maintain your health and stop putting that responsibility into other people's hands or putting it into the marketers that push diet pills or the doctors who just write prescriptions and don't actually care about your health? I'm not saying that that's all of them out there, but when's the last time you've educated yourself to step into a sustainable way of living? When's the last time you started questioning, what am I eating? Where is this coming from? What is it doing for me? And most importantly, how do I feel after I consume it?
Yeah, weight loss is we have so much of our idea about ourselves and so much of our idea about how people view us in terms of our bodies. So if you've been wanting to get a hold of that, if you've been wanting to take your weight loss to the next level, if you've been wanting to recomposition your body to make it look the way that you want to and to feel good, to do it in a healthy way, to not do it in a way that's going to compromise your health, to do it in a way that is sustainable for the long term, come join us. Next month, we are going to be teaching our exact plan. We've never taught this before. We've never done this at all. So we're going to be teaching our exact plan in the Elevated Life membership.
Yeah, people ask me all the time, how did you do it? How did you lose 75 pounds? How did you lose 100 pounds? There's no way you were 275.
You know what I love is we'll see people that Britt went to school with, high school and junior high and stuff like that. And Britt was much heavier then. And they see her, they're like, oh my God, look at how you look. What are you, starving yourself? What are you doing? No. It's so much more simple than that. And it's so much easier and so much more it's such a way that you can include it into everything. What I love about this style that we've picked up on is that you can hand it off to other people and not worry about what they're going to do with it. You can say, hey mom, when I talk to my mom, like, hey mom, check out what we've been doing. Look at how we've lost this sustainable weight. It's amazing. I've kept it all off. She's like, what? Show me how to do it. When you see your family, when you see your loved ones, you can say, hey, this is the healthy way of going about it.
So if you're someone who wants to take your health seriously in 2019, whether you have weight loss goals or maybe even weight gain goals, or just you're trying to learn to love your body and accept it again, Julia says, I'm so excited for the live training in the Elevated Life next month. And that's exactly what we're here to offer you, is in the Elevated Life, our monthly membership club, where we show up every month live and offer 90-minute trainings on topics from health and weight loss to confidence to chakras to intuition to sex to success. I mean, you name it. In life, you need a guidebook in life, right? And we're not given that in school. Our parents do a half-assed job at teaching us. And they do the best that they can, right? But there are so many categories that we can't avoid in life. And culture has taught us to avoid a lot of these. And weight loss is one of those really confusing ones where everyone's running around not knowing what to do, not knowing who to believe. And like I said, over the last 10 years, we've dropped 175 pounds and kept it off. So we want to show you how to do that in your life inside the Elevated Life Membership Club. In February, we'll be joining you live for a training to teach you all of our weight loss secrets.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be so powerful. And we want to empower you with those tools. We want to see you at the end of this year, 6 months down the road, and at the end of this year going, you know, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I've really been wanting to get, you know, they say health is the first wealth, and it's so true. When you feel good, and when you feel good about yourself, when you start looking in the mirror and you like that, and you say, I'm in control here. I'm not emotionally eating. I'm not following everyone else's plan. I've tuned into myself. I'm eating very intuitively. I know when to stop. I know when to start. You start getting such a better feel for life, and it enables you to go after your goals and things like that because you're not worried about the other stuff. You've got the energy to perform. You wake up feeling fantastic, and you're sustained through the whole day. And we want to show you exactly how we've been able to do that. It matters so much.
So if you're ready to put yourself in the driver's seat of your life and reclaim your health goals, then join us inside the Elevated Life Membership Club by going to brittanycarmichael.com/membership. We'll be going live, I believe, on February 12th. So if you get in now, you'll actually access all of our past training. And this month we covered confidence. So honestly, what better way to start off a new year than with confidence and getting your health and body in check, right? So if that speaks to you, then sign up by going to brittanycarmichael.com/membership. I'll leave that in the comments below, and we appreciate each and every one of you. If you have questions that center around health or weight loss, then please drop them in the comments below, because we're here to support your journey of sustainable living, of thriving through your health, and really learning to reclaim and love your body again, because we've waited for other people to love it. We've waited for other people to comment on Facebook and say how beautiful you look. We keep waiting and waiting and waiting. So when are you going to reclaim that power and just say, you know what? I love my body because I'm doing the things that I know feel good.
Ooh,
booyah. Thanks for tuning in to the Elevated Life series. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.